Hello, second graders. We're going to spend one more day today working on the special syllable endings that we've been working on. And I'm also going to introduce you to a new red word that has one of these special syllable endings. Okay, so just to remind you, the special syllable endings all have a consonant and then LE. And the E doesn't make a sound. It just allows the letters to be together as one syllable. So when you have a B-L-E together, it just says bull. F-L-E together just says full. And gull, cull, dull, pull, tull, zull. Now we're going to practice reading all these words that have these special syllable endings first. Okay, so the first word, for the top row, we'll tap out each part and then put them together. And then after that, we'll just read the whole words. Okay, so the first word, first syllable is tum. Second syllable, bull. Tumble, tumble. Next one, stub. Bull, stubble, stubble. Next one, strug. Gull, struggle, struggle. Okay, let's try to just read these words fluently without tapping them out. Bugle, freckle, fable, jungle, fumble, gargle. Do you know what gargle means? Have you ever gargled before? Like maybe you have a sore throat and you have to gargle salt water or maybe mouthwash. Pickle, giggle, bubble, jingle, twinkle, crumble. Now I want you to look through this list and see if you see any letters where a letter is doubled in the middle. I mean, like words like stubble. Do you see how stubble has two B's in the middle? Do you see any other words that have two letters? A letter that's doubled. Stubble. Yep, struggle. And giggle. And bubble. Okay, today I want to talk to you about why those are doubled, because that's going to help you when you're spelling words that have these special syllable endings. Do you remember when we talked about we have to double before we add a suffix? If a word is a short vowel word and it ends with a consonant, we have to double. When we said 1, 2, doubling I do, it's for the same reason, because if you look at this word struggle, or how about this word giggle, actually, let's look at giggle. If it was GI for the first syllable and GLE for the second, that wouldn't say giggle. That would say giggle, right? Because this would be an open syllable. If it's just GI, it's an open syllable, so it would be a long I. So if we want that first syllable to have a short vowel sound, we have to end it with a consonant. Gig, gull, giggle. Okay, so today we're going to practice spelling words again, and we're going to have to ask ourselves, do I have to double the consonant in the middle? Okay, so the first word I want us to try to spell is bubble. Okay, so if I tab it out and I think to myself, bubble, I know it ends with this ending, B-L-E, but I gotta think about the beginning, bub. It has a short U. So if I do this, it doesn't say bubble, it says buble. I have to do two B's so that it says bubble. Okay, how about Bible? It's important to read the Bible. Bible. Now this one, is that a short I or a long I? By. It's a long I. So this time, I don't have to end it with a B, because if I did end it with a B and then add B-L-E, that doesn't say Bible. What does that say? Yeah, that says bibble. So if it's an open syllable in the beginning, then I'm not going to put a consonant. That says by, and then I have to add bull, B-L-E, Bible. Okay, how about giggle? How do you think you spell giggle? Gig, gull, giggle, gig. has to have that G at the end because otherwise it's going to say guy, gig, and then gold, G-L-E. They're all going to end with a consonant and then L-E. Okay, how about sniffle? Sniffle. Okay, let's try it. What if I don't double? Does that say sniffle? No, that says snifle. This says sniff and then full. Okay, so that time I have to double it. So are you hearing? Let's look at the words that have doubled. Bubble, giggle, sniffle. Look at the word that we didn't have to double. Bible. Listen to the vowel sounds. I, I. Short vowels have double. Long vowel sounds don't have double. Okay, let's try another word. Sparkle. This one's tricky because that's not short or long. That's R controlled. Sparkle. How do you think you spell sparkle? Sparkle. Sp-R-kle. And I didn't have to double the R because that AR says R together. And the last word I want you to try to spell is twinkle. So you could think of it like twinkle or twinkle. Twinkle. Okay, these are pretty tricky words, and I think the more you read and the more you see these words, it'll help you to remember too how to spell them. That's why it's so important, I always tell you that, to keep reading every single day, because the more you see words in print, you'll start to, if you do accidentally, like if, let's pretend I misspelled sparkle and I thought, I think I might have to double the R. And if I look at that, I can tell by looking at it, that doesn't look right, because I've seen the word sparkle so many times that I knew that was wrong. Okay, and now we're going to take a look at a new red word that has one of those special syllable endings. So the ending syllable is pull. This word, does anyone know what it is? You've probably seen it before. The word is people. People. Okay. Can you use it in a sentence? There are not very many people walking around outside today in our neighborhood. People are really excited to get back to going to church and going to stores. People. So what does people mean? More than one person, right? Like a group of people, a group of humans. Why do you suppose this is a red word? Because it doesn't have the ending is not red word. That's a ending syllable, but the first syllable, P-E-O. E-O is not a long E spelling pattern that we've heard of before. We know that E, E-E, E-A, and Y can say long E, but P-E-O, that's not a normal long E spelling word. So this is one we just have to memorize, and that's why we are going to skywrite it. I'm going to put this card in the review deck so that we can review it and skywrite it and memorize it. That's all for today. We'll move on to dictation now.